Exclusive contract novel from Feilu Novel Network. Gao Wu. I have billions of times talent. Traveling through the world of Gao Wu where humans and ferocious beasts coexist, Su Ming awakened the billions of times talent system. Full of talent. Anything can make you stronger. You have read the swordsmanship secret script, sword intention +10, you have practiced the body forging technique, and your HP has increased by 200, you were distracted for 5 minutes, your mental and mental power increased by 1000, you have defeated the existence that transcends the god of war and plundered the law of space, you have encountered the angel queen, and your physique has automatically evolved into a Chaos Human Empress. Senior Army Officer. General Su Ming's sword can slay the Star River. Princess of Shenyue Empire. Under Su Ming, I am invincible. Above Su Ming, 1 for 1. Supreme Angel Queen. I have been practicing for 70 million years, but I was crushed by this little man who has been practicing for 100 years. Feilu Novel Network reminds you that this novel and its characters are purely fictional. If there are any similarities, they are purely coincidental and should not be imitated. Chapter 1. Billion Times Talent System. You are listening at novelfull.audio. In the year 3023 AD. Liang Empire. Zhongzhou Province, Tianhai City. Experimental High School. Wudao Library. The Tianqi sword technique, when cultivated to the ultimate stage, can slay a starship with one sword, with infinite power. A handsome young man wearing a blue and white school uniform was calmly flipping through the swordsmanship secrets at hand. This is also the last swordsmanship secret book. Su Ming let out a long sigh. Head up. On the table. Stacked with books like a small mountain, all of which are martial arts secrets about swordsmanship. During his 3 years in high school, Su Ming would come to the library every day to check in and check in. After flipping through 5,000 swordsmanship secret books, he finally completed the pre-task of system awakening. Ding, the system wake.up task has been completed, system is currently on. Ears. Finally, the system prompts the sound to come on. 18 years. 18 whole years. Su Ming sighed. He has traveled to this world for 18 years. However, it wasn't until 3 years ago, when Su Ming was admitted to high school, that the system first appeared and released a prerequisite task, requiring him to read 5,000 swordsmanship secrets within 3 years before the system could awaken. It's obvious. This is not a simple matter. Perhaps at first, Su Ming was still excited by the awakening of his golden finger and kept flipping through the swordsmanship secrets. However, when he saw the 100th and 1000th books, the repetitive and boring feeling could drive people crazy. Fortunately, Su Ming persevered. These 3 years of sitting, reading, and thinking have also polished his mood extremely well. Even though the system is about to awaken at this moment, Su Ming's face remains unchanged and there are not too many waves in his heart. After a moment, suddenly, a golden light curtain appeared in front of Su Ming. Billions of times talent system has been activated, current talent multiplier. 1000 times, talent. Cultivation talent, SSS level, Kendo talent, SSS level, Water talent, SSS level, complete prerequisite task. Admit to Imperial University, enter the trial tower, and increase talent multiplier to 10,000 times, gold. Eyes full of golden light. Brilliant. Forcing glamour. Once awakened, I became a gifted warrior. Su Ming's face showed a joyful expression. 1,000 years later. The current era is not only the era of warriors, but also the era of talents. In 2040 AD, the heavens and earth underwent a transformation, and the area of the blue star expanded by thousands of times. The entire solar system also expanded wildly, and then countless terrifying beasts emerged from the cracks in space, crazily slaughtering humanity. At first, Human thermal weapons could cause huge damage to ferocious beasts, but over time, the strength of ferocious beasts grew stronger, and the killing power of thermal weapons rapidly decreased. Humans have also begun to search for other ways to eliminate ferocious beasts. At the same time, with the emergence of ferocious beasts, a mysterious energy also emerged between heaven and earth, which later became known as the primordial energy of the universe. The cosmic energy can strengthen the human body, giving weak humans the power to compete with ferocious beasts. So a brand new profession has emerged. That's the warrior. Consolidate chi and blood, refine physique, absorb energy, and break human limits. And a small number of outstanding warriors can also awaken their talents, all kinds of talents. For example, strength talent, speed talent, recovery talent, cultivation talent, elemental talent, sword talent. Those talented warriors, without exception, are not geniuses among warriors. It is also through the continuous emergence of these talented warriors that humans have the power to resist fierce beasts and establish two great human empires, Liang and Shenyue, over 1,000 years. A talented warrior often only possesses one type of talent. For example, a person with a talent for strength may have infinite power, but they cannot have a talent for speed anymore. Of course, there are exceptions. Within the empire, there have also been some warriors with two types of talents, but unfortunately the number is very small, almost negligible, and can be said to be none among a million. Su Ming held his right hand weakly and excitedly said, "And now, as soon as I awaken, I have 3 talents. Cultivation, swordsmanship, and water element, all of which are golden SSS level. Great. It's so great. It can only be said that it is truly the golden finger that awakened after enduring 3 years. Sure enough, it's invincible. Just how should we use this billion times talent system?" Su Ming frowned slightly. The 4 shining SSS level talents are certainly magnificent, but since the release of the second prerequisite task to be admitted to the Imperial University and enter the trial tower, there have been no more voices in this system, which makes him feel a bit puzzled. Shake your head. Su Ming once again focused his gaze on the swordsmanship secret script in his hand. Anyway, the system was ultimately unlocked. How to use it later, and then slowly study it. However, Su Ming's gaze had just fallen on the secret script of swordsmanship. You have read the basic swordsmanship secrets, swordsmanship proficiency +10, you have read the basic swordsmanship secrets, swordsmanship proficiency +10, your swordsmanship proficiency has been improved to swordsmanship LV2, you have read the basic swordsmanship secrets, swordsmanship proficiency +50, your swordsmanship proficiency has been improved to LV3, LV4, LV5, your swordsmanship has been upgraded to the maximum level and will automatically be promoted to sword intention LV1, Su Ming's gaze trembled slightly. When he regained his senses, it was already 10 minutes later. I have already understood the meaning of the sword. Su Ming's expression twitched slightly. Even if I remain calm like him, I feel a bit scared and trembling at this moment. 10 minutes understand the meaning of the sword. This SSS level swordsmanship talent is simply terrifying. You should know that only a warrior who awakens his talent in swordsmanship can comprehend the meaning of swordsmanship when he steps into the realm of a 7th level master. It is a very high-end existence. But nowadays, Su Ming only browsed through the basic swordsmanship secrets for 10 minutes and understood the meaning of swordsmanship. 10 minutes. Oh my goodness. You should know that only swordsmen who step into the realm of 7th level masters can comprehend a strand of sword intent. And now Su Ming is just an ordinary high school student, and he hasn't even passed the assessment of a 1st level warrior. If the masters of swordsmanship who have practiced hard for decades and experienced countless lives and deaths know about this matter, they are afraid that their jealous swordsmanship heart will collapse. Billions of times the talent system. It's really terrifying. Su Ming was secretly shocked and picked up the mineral water next to the table, taking a sip. You took a sip of water and realized the power of the 5 elements, with a water element affinity of +10 moment another hint floated out. We're going to be invincible. Su Ming looked at the gradually disappearing reminder, and a smile appeared at the corner of his mouth. This billions of times talent system is constantly upgrading while lying down, it's so strong that it's indescribable. Even this is only a case of 1,000 times. If in the future, entering the Imperial University and increasing the system's magnification to 10,000 times, how terrifying it would become. TSK. Such a terrifying effect may not take long for Su Ming to stand tall at the pinnacle of this high martial world. Qingming outing and happy reading. Charge 100 and get 500 VIP coupons. Immediate recharge, activity period. April 4th to April 6th. Chapter 2. The Road of Martial Arts, School Flower AIE. You are listening at novelfull.audio. 3 years of hard study have made Su Ming, who is now, complete the lifelong path of hard cultivation for most sword cultivators in just 10 minutes. This kind of demon talent has already reached its extreme point against the heavens. Get up slowly. Within the body. There is a sharp and terrifying sword intent flowing slowly around the body. Ordinary warriors can be divided into 9 levels. The first level is a formal warrior, and the 7th level warrior is called a master, who can understand the meaning of the sword. I don't know, now with just a strand of sword intent, how many levels of martial arts combat power can I reach? Su Ming had some expectations in his heart. He traveled through time and at the age of 2, his parents died in the war. Afterwards, Su Ming grew up in an orphanage without any direct blood relatives. This also made Su Ming, from a young age, have to rely on working and receiving relief funds to make a living, living very frugally. As the saying goes, if one wants to cultivate martial arts, whether it is buying supplements, martial arts secrets, or seeking guidance from famous teachers, they will all need to spend a lot of money. Previously, Su Ming clearly did not have such confidence, so his martial arts foundation was very weak. It was not until he was admitted to the best experimental high school in Tianhai City that he took advantage of the school's convenience to crazily read swordsmanship secrets in the martial arts library. In short, it's just very bitter. The foundation of martial arts is also average. Don't look at Su Ming now, he has grasped a hint of master-level sword spirit, but when it comes to the martial arts foundation of his body, he is probably not as good as some middle school students from wealthy families. The task is heavy and the road is long. Su Ming sighed softly. Fortunately, after awakening his talent system billions of times, he finally began the path of life's reversal. Afterwards, Su Ming stayed in the martial arts library for half an hour again, only reading those swordsmanship secrets, and couldn't add any more sword intent to him. It seems that the secret books in the school library have reached their limit. In order to further enhance my swordsmanship, I must search for higher-level swordsmanship secret books. Su Ming slowly stood up and put all the books borrowed on the table back to their original positions on the bookshelf. At this moment, the sword intent had gradually spread, like a stream flowing through his body. It's just a pity. Su Ming's qi and blood are still too low, and his physical strength is not enough to fully unleash the power of this strand of sword intent. Of course. Even so, with just this hint of sword intent, he can easily surpass his level and kill, with astonishing combat power. It is the terrifying aspect of sword intent that can only be understood through master-level sword cultivation. Ding-ling-ling. As soon as Su Ming left the Wudao library, he heard the bell ringing for the end of class on campus. After a moment, in each teaching building, a large number of students rushed out, walking in groups of 3 or 5 towards the school gate. Su Ming. Did you stay in the Wudao library all morning again? In the crowd of students, a young man dressed quite delicately ran to Su Ming with a backpack and said with a smile, "I've told you before how hard it is to practice martial arts. You look so handsome. In the past few days, more than 20 girls have come to me for your phone number. What more martial arts do you practice? How good it is to be a little white-faced. Get lost. Su Ming looked at his close friend who had been very close since middle school and said angrily, "You are the little white face. Your whole family is all little white faces. If only I had a little white face." Luan said with a playful smile, "If I were as handsome as you, I wouldn't have to work hard to get into college. In the future, I could easily become an internet celebrity and earn a lot of money." Between the two of them, there were many beautiful girls secretly glancing at Su Ming from time to time. There's no way. Su Ming is very famous in school. His academic performance is excellent, and he has the opportunity to compete for the top spot in the college entrance examination in Zhongzhou province. Therefore, he had the privilege of not attending classes every day and reading swordsmanship secrets in the martial arts library. Of course, a top student is not important. The most important thing is that Su Ming is really handsome, with a stunning appearance that surpasses the sky. During his 3 years in high school, he gained countless fans and is truly an experimental male god. If it weren't for his constant addiction to the martial arts library and unwillingness to fall in love, it would have been because the girls were jealous of each other, causing sparks to appear. Outside of school, everywhere stands modern buildings full of science fiction, and on the streets, there are magnetic levitation vehicles passing by, flowing endlessly. Prosperity and prosperity. In fact, after nearly 1,000 years of fighting, humans have gradually established themselves in the face of fierce beasts and have the strength to compete with them. And the provinces of Zhongzhou, located in the hinterland of the Shenyue Empire, were naturally much more prosperous and stable than imagined. As soon as the two of them arrived at the school gate, there was a commotion in the crowd. Originally, at the school gate, there is a silver-white extended Rolls-Royce floating car parked, with 2 black Mercedes-Benz bodyguards guarding the front and back, which is not something ordinary wealthy people can have. Soon, there was a graceful girl with black hair and a stunning appearance, walking out of the crowd towards the silver Rolls-Royce. That girl is really beautiful, with a slender figure and silky black long hair. She appears extremely noble in temperament, shining like the sun, swaying and making people dare not look directly at her. Many schoolboys, even passers-by, are stunned. It's so beautiful. That is an indescribable beauty. Tsk tisk. Luan looked at the beautiful girl in the distance and sighed. Who would have thought that the stunning goddess AI in the human world passed the martial arts practical assessment at the age of 13. Now, she can skin a second-level fierce beast alive in half a minute, making her a true female martial god. AIE. Su Ming was also somewhat surprised. She passed the martial arts practical assessment at the age of 13. Yeah. Luan nodded and said, and I've also heard that the background of the goddess AI is very big. Her father seems to be a high-level official in the Tianqi Martial Arts School, and he is a truly powerful figure. In short, she looks beautiful and has a big background. If this school flower could win her hand, she would have had to struggle for 500 years less. Nowadays, every high school student in the Shenyue Empire not only receives cultural education in school, but also joins a martial arts school to hone their body and develop their martial arts potential. Those top universities in the empire not only require passing cultural exams, but also require students to have high martial arts talents. For top universities like Imperial University, only those who become formal martial artists can have the opportunity to be admitted when applying. To become a formal warrior, the hard standard is to reach 10 points of HP and pass the warrior's actual combat assessment, which is very difficult. Ordinary people often have to be around 25 years old to become formal warriors. In high school, students who can become warriors can already be considered geniuses. For example, at Tianhai Experimental High School, with over 12,000 students, only about 100 of them passed the martial arts practical assessment. People like AIE, who became formal warriors at the age of 13, are also geniuses among geniuses. It's excellent. Su Ming gave a gentle smile. He spent 3 years flipping through swordsmanship secrets in the martial arts library and didn't hear anything outside the window. Naturally, he was not familiar with this experimental school flower. Now that he has listened to his close friends talk, he has also left a certain impression. Rolls-Royce's convoy quickly departed. However, but Su Ming did not find it. Behind the single dot-sided window glass, there was a pair of beautiful eyes, staring blankly at him. Qingming outing and happy reading. Charge 100 and get 500 VIP coupons. Immediate recharge, activity period. April 4th to April 6th. Chapter 3. Golden Talent, Qi and Blood Fury. You are listening at novelfull.audio. AIE. The young lady of Tianqi Martial Arts School. Her father, who is the founder of the Tianqi Martial Arts School and has already entered the realm of martial gods, is AI Tianqi. As the largest martial arts school in the entire human world, the influence of the Tianqi Martial Arts School is spread across the two empires, with countless powerful figures, making it a truly influential force that can influence the fate of humanity. At the age of 18, AIE is the only heir to this martial arts school, and her background is terrifying. Of course. Even if we set aside this terrifying family background, AIE's talent is still excellent enough. Because she is not only a warrior, but also a warrior with spiritual talent. So, her spiritual perception ability is very outstanding, often able to detect odors that ordinary people cannot detect. And just now. Just a fleeting glance, AIE felt an incredibly oppressive suffocation on Su Ming's body. It's like that handsome guy, with just one thought, can tear her apart. She had only experienced the suffocating sense of oppression on those 7th level master level and even stronger warriors. Why? In AIE's beautiful eyes, there was a look of doubt. She didn't believe that with the strength of her peers, she could reach the outrageous level of a 7th level warrior. At the same time, girls believe in intuition. So, AIE did not doubt the authenticity of the terrifying oppression she felt from Su Ming in that moment. Is it? Is it a warrior from the realm of gods who has fallen, lost, and reborn? So, will he blacken out? AIE fell silent, born into a top-tier family in the martial arts world, which meant she knew many secrets of the world. She couldn't be like an ordinary little girl, ignorant and ignorant. She couldn't let go of those threatening beings and needed to investigate carefully. More than 10 minutes later, Su Ming has left the school and is walking towards the nearest martial arts school. Nowadays, high school education only lasts for half a day of cultural classes. After school at noon, students have to go to martial arts schools to receive martial arts training and develop their physical potential. Exactly. You can go to the martial arts school and see if you can find more advanced swordsmanship secrets. Su Ming pondered in his heart. The martial arts library in high school only stores the most basic parts of the martial arts secrets, all of which are fragments, and at most, they are suitable for first-level martial artists to practice and use. To find more advanced martial arts secrets, one can only go to a martial arts school, enter a university, or join the army to have a chance. There is still half a month before the college entrance examination, so Su Ming naturally cannot go to university or the military to find martial arts secrets, and can only choose to go to a martial arts school. Tianqi Martial Arts School. Along with the Dawn Martial Arts School and the Red Moon Martial Arts School, it is known as the strongest martial arts school in the human world. So, the threshold for Tianqi Martial Arts School is very high, and people without certain talents cannot enter the martial arts school to learn. And Su Ming, on the other hand, was able to enter the martial arts school without examination and gain certain resources for cultivation because his deceased parents were members of the Tianqi Martial Arts School and sacrificed themselves in the battle against fierce beasts, making great contributions. Drip. Swipe your card. Su Ming quickly entered the martial arts school. The Tianqi Martial Arts Museum covers a huge area, as large as 50 football fields, and can be called a huge object. Inside the martial arts school, there are giant silver buildings, and the first ordinary student area that Su Ming can enter is the one. The regular student area is for martial arts practitioners who have not yet become martial artists to practice, and can accommodate nearly 10,000 people. There will be teachers from martial arts schools who come to classes regularly to cultivate younger talents. These courses are all free. Of course, if you need any other martial arts secrets, tonics, weapons, etc., you will need to pay a considerable additional fee. These things have nothing to do with Su Ming, who is currently penniless. What kind of supplements, weapons, and the like are all treatments that only wealthy children can enjoy, and he doesn't have the money to buy them now. I have a golden talent in hand, so I don't need those things for now. Su Ming thought and walked slowly into the regular student area. Here, you can see hundreds of students crazily exercising. Some people are training strength in the equipment area, while others are on the cork floor, posing in various strange postures and constantly adjusting their breathing, obviously practicing the technique of intense yang forging. Liang forging technique. It is a body forging technique created by the emperor of the Liang Empire, divided into 3 parts. Practicing this body forging technique can increase the practitioner's qi and health. As is well known, one of the fundamental sources of strength for warriors is their qi and blood. The higher the qi and blood value, the stronger the physical fitness, and the higher the power that erupts naturally. The first part of the Liang forging technique can increase the HP to 100 points, which is the level of a 3rd level warrior. Of course, even ordinary people cannot reach this level of cultivation. Being able to reach 10 points of HP, which is at the level of a first-order warrior, is considered very good. Along the way, Su Ming's gaze kept scanning over the martial arts practitioners who practice the technique of forging bodies with scorching sun. Suddenly, Su Ming's expression froze. You have watched the ordinary forging technique, with +1 HP, you have watched the ordinary forging technique, with +1 HP, you have watched the ordinary forging technique, with +1 HP, Is this okay too? Su Ming's expression was shocked. Since middle school, he has been practicing in martial arts schools. However, until yesterday, he only had 3 points of HP, which is still a long way from the 10 points of a first-order warrior. However, nowadays, just casually looking at it, it directly increased 3 points of HP. Oh my goodness. Su Ming is all confused. By the way, not only my talent in swordsmanship, but also my cultivation talent at the golden SSS level, with a 1,000-fold increase. Su Ming later realized and suddenly realized. This just take a quick glance, your chi and HP can skyrocket wildly, which would be like going against the sky. The next moment, Su Ming exhaled a deep breath, suppressing his excited mood and walking slowly in the field with an unchanged expression. You have watched the ordinary forging technique, with +1 HP, you have watched the ordinary forging technique, with a HP of +0.8, you watched the ordinary forging technique, with a HP of +0.5, you watched the ordinary forging technique, with a HP of +0.2, after walking around, several system prompts popped up again. The amount of increase in qi and blood value has become less and less. However, even so, in just 20 minutes, Su Ming gained 8 points of HP, which is equivalent to his more than 10 years of hard work. Just watching. I just improved so quickly. What if I actually practiced it? Su Ming's gaze flickered, and his breathing suddenly became rapid. P.S. New book seeks a wave of flowers, review tickets thank you, Qingming outing and happy reading. Charge 100 and get 500 VIP coupons. Immediate recharge, activity period. April 4th to April 6th. Chapter 4. Double Cultivation, 1000 Times Effect. You are listening at Novel Full.audio. Soon. Su Ming started exercising on the empty cork floor in the venue. The content of his exercise is the intense yang forging technique that he has been practicing for 10 years. 10 years. I relied on the flame yang forging technique to increase my HP by nearly 3 points. This time, under the bonus of the golden cultivation talent, I don't know what effect it will have. Su Ming took a deep breath. The next moment, his body curved backwards, his waist straightened, and he assumed a plank bridge position. This is the first move of the Liang forging technique, combined with a unique breathing rhythm, which can slowly increase a person's qi and blood value, and strengthen their physical fitness. Su Ming's movements became very standard, and he could feel that there was a stronger force hidden within his body than ever before. Previously, I watched the forging technique and found that the increased qi and HP had already produced effects, improving my physical fitness. Next, Su Ming stabilized his mind and immersed himself in cultivation. You have practiced ordinary body forging technique, with a HP of +3, you have practiced ordinary body forging technique, with a life and health value of +2, you have practiced ordinary body forging technique, with a life and health value of +2, you have practiced ordinary body forging technique, with a HP of +3, time quickly passing by. Su Ming could clearly feel that there were warm currents constantly surging out of his body, as if soaking in a hot spring in winter, which was intoxicating. This is a feeling I have never felt before. Watching myself become stronger bit by bit, this feeling is incredibly fascinating. More than 10 minutes later, Su Ming opened his eyes shining with excitement, as if he had discovered a new continent. Ears. The system constantly prompts the sound to come on. And above Su Ming's head, there were also waves of white water vapor rising up, because all his internal organs were heating up, and his whole body emitted a scorching smell like a furnace. At this moment, Su Ming felt an unprecedented sense of comfort, with a strange lightness in his body, and every inch of his muscles was filled with endless strength. I don't know how much qi and HP have increased in these 10 minutes. Su Ming's expression was somewhat excited. At first, he was counting the amount of qi and health, but by the time his increased qi and health exceeded 10 points, he was completely immersed in the process of cultivation. By the time I regained my senses, a complete set of intense yang forging techniques had been completed. Goo, suddenly. Su Ming felt a strong sense of hunger. It seems that exercising qi and blood is completely different from understanding the meaning of swordsmanship. The latter can rely on intelligence to forcefully break through levels and increase the void, while the increase in qi and blood will consume my body's energy. In other words, the more my qi and blood value increases, the more hungry I become, which may also be a form of energy conservation. Su Ming had no choice, his stomach was already bulging with hunger. If he didn't go to eat again, he was afraid he would faint from hunger. Soon, Su Ming stood up and walked towards the restaurant of the Jianqi Martial Arts School. In the restaurant, there are quite a few people eating. After all, practicing martial arts requires a great deal of physical exertion. In order to replenish energy, practitioners of martial arts have to eat a lot of food every day. Senior brother Su Ming. Here. I'm here. As Su Ming finished his meal from the window and stood in the lobby looking for a spot, there was a beautiful girl student waving warmly to greet him. Sister Lin. You're here too. Su Ming also responded with a smile, carrying a full plate and walking over. This beautiful girl is called Lin Qin. She was a friend he met while practicing at the Jianqi Martial Arts School, and their relationship was quite good. In addition, they were all high school seniors with similar abilities and shared a common language. Whenever they met at the martial arts school, they would chat a little. This time, Su Ming was still in a hurry to practice forging techniques and had no interest in wasting time chatting. After sitting down, he just greeted Lin Qin and started eating with his head down. Of course. The combination of handsome men and beautiful women is still very eye-catching, and many students who are dining can't help but glance at their positions. Senior brother Su Ming. Lin Qin asked in a gentle voice, which university are you planning to apply to? Is it Liang University of Science and Technology? Looking at Su Ming's perfectly handsome face, the girl couldn't resist the palpitations in her heart and took the initiative to speak out and ask. Liang University of Science and Technology is the best ordinary university in the Liang Empire, and it can be said that it is one of the best martial arts universities. Imperial University, which has trained countless top talents for the empire. I can't say it well. But I will definitely go to the imperial capital and go to the capital. Su Ming smiled and asked, and you? The two have known each other for a long time, and Lin Qin naturally knows that his academic performance is excellent, but his martial arts skills are very poor. It is speculated that Liang University of Science and Technology is expected. Just. The young girl, however, did not know that with the golden talent in hand, coupled with the reason for the mission, Su Ming's goal had already become the Imperial University. Of course I want to go to Imperial University because my dream is to become a powerful warrior. Lin Qin smiled sweetly. Her goal is Imperial University. If Su Ming goes to Liang University of Science and Technology, even if they do, they will have a chance to meet again, which is a very happy thing. Then you will be under a lot of pressure. Su Ming chuckled lightly and said. It is indeed very difficult to be admitted to Imperial University. Ordinary martial arts universities are eligible to enter as long as the high school entrance examination students have a Qi and HP value of 5 points. The selection criteria for Imperial University are 10 points of HP, which is twice that of ordinary martial arts universities. Even under a lot of pressure, I can definitely succeed. Lin Qin confidently said. Speaking. She instinctively touched the ring on her right ring finger. This ring it's Lin Qin's confidence. P.S. Kneeling for a wave of flower evaluation tickets. Qingming outing and happy reading. Charge 100 and get 500 VIP coupons. Immediate recharge, activity period. April 4th to April 6th. Chapter 5. Demon Talent, HP 60. Seeking Fresh Flowers. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Lin Qin has a sweet and lovely appearance, and a pure temperament, so she has a high popularity in both school and Tianqi Martial Arts School. Many male students are pursuing her. However, Lin Qin only comes from an ordinary family background and doesn't have much money for her to practice martial arts, so her martial arts progress is very average. However, half a month ago, Lin Qin's fate underwent a huge change. Because by chance, she found a ring, and inside this ring, there was actually a mysterious and unparalleled powerhouse hidden. At this moment, while Lin Qin's gaze was still on Su Ming's back, a mysterious female voice suddenly rang out in her mind. Tsk tisk. Xiaoqingqin, your senior brother Su Ming is really terrifying. When we met yesterday, he was just an ordinary person with strong qi and blood. Today, unexpectedly, I have comprehended such an amazing extreme sword intent. This is a good thing that so-called swordsmanship masters can only comprehend on your planet. It actually appeared on a second-level warrior. It's unbelievable. In my mind, the mysterious female voice was still talking incessantly. These talents, let alone on your remote planet, can be called a genius even if you look at the entire universe. What a terrible talent. Even with just this strand of extreme sword intent, even the most mediocre 7th-level master would be killed by him. Xiao Qin. Your senior brother Su Ming has an incredible talent that is even stronger than me back then. If you don't work hard and crazy, you may only be left behind in the future. Even if you want to sleep with this beautiful senior brother Su Ming, it will be difficult for you, senior, please stop talking. Upon hearing the sound, Lin Qin's beautiful little face began to turn red. She is still single, where did she hear such bold words? Cluck cluck, I'm not joking with you. The mysterious female voice smiled and said, I have seen too many things like this. Your extraordinary talent, like Su Ming's senior brother, may soon soar to the sky. Coupled with his top-notch appearance, I'm afraid that when the time comes, there will be countless proud women surrounded by him, including those inside and outside. When the time comes. Not to mention sleeping, it's probably not an easy task for you to get close to him. Upon hearing this, Lin Qin fell slightly silent. In the past decade or so, she has received the help of this mysterious senior. Her martial arts cultivation has progressed rapidly, and her HP has reached 10 points. As long as she passes the actual combat assessment of a martial artist, she can become an official martial artist. I thought this kind of cultivation progress was already exaggerated, but I didn't expect senior brother Su Ming to understand the meaning of the sword overnight. An extreme Dao sword intention. This is too exaggerated. Lin Qin couldn't believe it. Sword intent. The ultimate sword intent that can kill the 7th level master. You should know that even in the Tianqi martial arts school, those 7th level masters are important figures at the level of chief instructors. Such martial arts masters have strong strength and high status, and ordinary people can only look up to them. And now, senior brother Su Ming, did he actually have the ability to kill that kind of big shot? At the same time, Su Ming arrived at the testing hall of the martial arts school. There are specialized instruments here that are used to test qi, health, and strength. Often, students from martial arts schools come here to test their own strength. The instrument for testing qi and blood values is somewhat similar to a laptop, with a groove on the touch screen where a disposable sterile blood collection needle is placed. As long as you use a blood collection needle to take a little fresh blood and place it in the groove, the corresponding qi and blood values will be displayed on the instrument screen, making it very convenient to use. Su Ming picked up the blood collection needle and gently pricked it on the belly of his right index finger. After the blood collection was completed, he put the blood collection needle back into the groove. Dee dee, the screen of the instrument flickers and emits a crisp chirping sound. 68.50 soon. A number floated out on the screen. So high. Su Ming was stunned. Although he had been mentally prepared, when he saw this terrifying number appear, his heart still gave a hard beat. HP value. 68.50, the increase is against the sky. This is a very terrifying number. You should know that the standard for Qi and HP of a first-order warrior is 10 points, while the standard for a second-order warrior is only 50 points. Su Ming now, calculated by his Qi and HP, is a standard second-level warrior. Oh my goodness. This is too exaggerated. You should know, a few hours ago, Su Ming's HP was only 3 points, just an ordinary high school student. Now, his qi and blood value has directly increased by more than 20 times, it's like going against the sky to the extreme. If such an outrageous thing were to spread, it would probably be a complete destruction of the 3 views of warriors in the entire human world, and the worldview would collapse. The golden cultivation talent is indeed abnormal. This is a true reversal of fate, causing a earth-shattering change in my path of martial arts. Su Ming was extremely excited in his heart. After all, the speed at which Qi and HP increase is too incredible. After walking the path of an ordinary warrior for over a decade in just a few hours, it was terrifying to the extreme. Now, Su Ming, who used to have mediocre qualifications, has now become a demon-level talent monster, which naturally makes people feel extremely excited. Next, I need to test my strength. Su Ming clenched his right fist tightly, his heart filled with fighting spirit. Ming outing and happy reading. Charge 100 and get 500 VIP coupons. Immediate recharge, activity period. April 4th to April 6th. Chapter 6. Rampage Power, Second Order Warrior. You are listening at Novel Full.audio. Next to the instrument for testing chi and blood, there is a machine for testing strength. The machine is over 1 person tall and has a target placed on it. As long as the user vigorously bombards the target, the corresponding strength value can be displayed on the machine screen. My HP is skyrocketing, and my strength must have become very terrifying. Standing in front of the strength testing machine, Su Ming took a deep breath, then twisted his waist and exerted force, using his right arm as the axis, fiercely hitting the target with his fist. Bang! A loud bang. The strength testing machine trembled slightly. Su Ming's gaze suddenly lit up. Previously. This machine has never been shaken by his fist before, and it seems that the results this time are far beyond imagination. Drip. The testing machine makes a light noise. Then. A line of numbers appeared on the screen. 6,920 kilograms. Seeing this number, Su Ming's expression instantly froze. 6,900 kilograms. Terrifying. With such strength, Su Ming could punch a strong bison in half. Is this my current strength? Su Ming is very excited. The assessment standard for a first-order warrior is to have a HP of 10 points and a fist power of over 1,000 kilograms. His fist power has already reached an astonishing 6,900 kilograms, even exceeding the standard for a second-order warrior. You should know. A second-level warrior is only a standard of 50 points of HP and 5,000 kilograms of fist power, and now Su Ming's HP and strength far exceed this value. Haha. This is the golden cultivation talent, it's truly 1,000 miles in a day. Su Ming burst out laughing. Today, from school to martial arts school, in just a few hours, his strength has grown dozens of times, it's simply unbelievable. 6,900 kilograms. The once unimaginable limit can now be easily reached without much effort, and this feeling is truly enjoyable and comfortable. Su Ming is excited. He punched like lightning again, fiercely hitting the target. Bang bang. Bang bang. The sound exploded. The strength testing machine kept trembling. Soon. There is a series of numbers constantly appearing on the screen. 6,850 kilograms, 6,700 kilograms. 6,922 kilograms, 6,980 kilograms. 7,000 kilograms, a series of numbers, all around 6,900 kilograms, the highest value has exceeded 7,000, which is not too far from the standard of 10,000 kilograms for third-level warriors. My strength has become very stable, and with my current level, I can easily pass the martial artist's actual combat assessment and become a formal martial artist. So, I can meet the admission standards of Emperor University, and as long as I complete the task, I can also increase the rate to 10,000 times. Su Mingmu showed an excited expression. Now, a magnification of 1,000 times is already so terrifying. If it is increased to 10,000 times, the speed of cultivation will only become even more outrageous and abnormal. By then, it won't be as simple as traveling 1,000 miles in a day. My next task is not only to search for higher-level sword techniques and understand the meaning of the sword, but also to find a way to obtain the subsequent Liang forging technique. In Su Ming's heart, he already had a rough plan. The Liang forging technique commonly used by imperial warriors is divided into 3 parts. The first part can only increase the chi and blood of the warrior to 100 points, which is the level of a third-level warrior. The follow-up part is not something that ordinary people can touch anymore. To obtain it, one must at least become a formal warrior. At this moment, there was a man and a woman walking slowly into the testing hall. The girl in front is a beautiful and noble-looking girl with long black hair. Behind her is a middle-aged man dressed in black, with extremely strong muscles and a strong aura. However, there is a faint pleasing smile on her face. Miss, your strength has improved rapidly and you have reached the threshold of a third-level martial artist. Based on this level, the top scorer in the martial arts examination of Zhongzhou province in this college entrance examination is likely to be very secure. The man in black smiled and complimented. Uncle Feng, there's no such thing as simplicity. The stunning girl shook her head and sighed lightly. Recently, my chi and health have indeed increased rapidly, but compared to those demon geniuses in the imperial capital, they are still far behind. The geniuses of the imperial capital are indeed extraordinary, but those people won't affect your college entrance examination, Mississippi. The man in black asked with some confusion. The imperial capital and Zhongzhou province are two regions for the college entrance examination, each with its own number of martial arts champions. The problem lies here. The girl whispered with a somewhat helpless expression. While ago, I heard my father say that this year there was a very outrageous martial arts demon in the imperial capital. Countless imperial capital geniuses ran away, and many of them chose to run away, taking the opportunity to take the entrance exam in Zhongzhou province and seize the top spot in martial arts. How unreasonable! Upon hearing this, the man in black immediately exclaimed angrily, "Isn't this the second-generation ancestor of the imperial capital who openly came to steal the fortune of my martial arts student from Zhongzhou? How unreasonable!" The man in black blew his beard and stared angrily. You should know that the imperial capital has already gathered countless experts, with extremely abundant cultivation resources, crushing other provinces. If the genius of the imperial capital comes out to compete for the top spot in the college entrance examination martial arts in other provinces, it is simply a blow to reduce the dimensionality. Candidates from other provinces have no chance of winning. At this point, suddenly, a handsome young man passed by the two of them. It's him. The girl's gaze suddenly shifted. AIE was a bit surprised when she ran into the young man who made her feel extremely dangerous. The man in black next to him said in a surprised tone, the value of the strength tester is actually 6,900 kilograms. This value has already exceeded the standard of a second-order warrior, it's really unbelievable. And that male student just now looks very young. This man in black is Feng Wen, the chief instructor of the Tianqi Martial Arts School in Tianhai City. He is the most powerful person in the entire martial arts school. Even so, it is the first time he has seen such terrifying power data in the student area. On the side, AIE was also stunned. A force value of 6,900 kilograms is not too difficult for her now, but it does not mean that this matter is ordinary. You should know that the standard for a first-order warrior is only 10 points of chi and blood, and 1,000 kilograms of fist power. In most martial arts universities, the admission requirements are directly halved. Looking at the entire city of Tianhai, there are very few students who can reach the level of first-level martial artists. But now, she saw one of her classmates, whose strength had reached an astonishing 6,900 kilograms, the level of a second-level warrior. And what's even more outrageous is that on the way to the martial arts school, AIE also checked Su Ming's personal information and found out that Su Ming only tested around 300 kilograms of strength last week. In just 1 week, it has directly increased by 20 times. How could it be? Even the most demonic genius wouldn't be so exaggerated. The more AIE thought about it, the more terrifying her expression became. Is it difficult? The terrifying conjecture in her heart turned out to be really unfulfilled. Qingming outing and happy reading. Charge 100 and get 500 VIP coupons. Immediate recharge, activity period. April 4th to April 6th. Chapter 7. Wave Stacking Fist Technique, Full Level at a Glance. Seeking Freshness. You are listening at Novel Full. Audio. Give up and be reborn. This is the only possibility that AIE can think of. Only when a warrior falls into the realm of the gods and is reborn with extremely powerful spiritual power, can he achieve such a terrifying power increase in a short period of time. Or he has the legendary divine bloodline. That's even more unbelievable. The divine bloodline is a legendary existence, even in the entire human world. Only the royal families of the Liang Empire and the Shenyue Empire possess such terrifying bloodlines. Other warriors, even stronger than her father, the founder of the Tianqi martial arts school, Ai Tianqi, never possessed the legendary divine bloodline. So, what kind of secret is hidden in Su Ming's body? At this moment, Ai's curiosity was aroused to the extreme. She was too eager to figure out the secret about Su Ming. At the same time, Su Ming left the testing hall and returned to the regular student training area. He is preparing to practice another wave of flame yang forging technique to see how much more HP can be increased. At this point, there are dozens of students sitting around under a high platform. On a high platform, there is a powerful martial arts instructor in the martial arts school, who is seriously discussing martial arts techniques. Today, I will explain to you a very unique boxing technique called folding waves fist technique. As the name suggests, the so-called stacked wave fist technique is to use one's own fist power to form tidal waves, attacking the enemy and causing damage several times greater than the original power. For example, your original punching power was 1000 kilograms. If you can learn the first weight of the wave folding fist technique, you can form two waves of fist-like sharpness, instantly doubling your punching power to 2000 kilograms. Of course, the difficulty of practicing the folding waves fist technique is very high, often reaching the level of a 4th level warrior in order to barely complete the first level of martial arts cultivation. As for the subsequent cultivation of Dailang fist, the difficulty is also increasing. Looking at the entire Liang Empire, there are only a few people who can cultivate Dailang fist to the 9th level and unleash terrifying 9 times the amplitude of fist power. As soon as the instructor finished speaking, a student raised their hand and asked, "Teacher Zhang, since the difficulty of practicing the wave folding fist technique is so high, is it too early for us to learn it now?" As soon as this sentence is spoken, many students around nodded. Only 4th level martial artists can cultivate the first level of martial arts. It is difficult for these first level martial artists, even ordinary students, to learn. This question is great. Upon hearing this, Instructor Zhang smiled and said, "It's indeed difficult to complete the first level of practicing the wave folding fist, but as long as you succeed in practicing it, you can improve your fist power. Give an example." For example, if you can increase the first level of folding waves fist technique to 10%, it can also increase your fist power by 10%. This one punch power also greatly improves. At this point, the students below are also excited. If they can really improve their punching power by 10%, it would also be a very exciting thing for them. Watching the students below, looking eager for knowledge, Instructor Zhang Yi nodded in satisfaction. He is a 6th level martial artist specializing in martial arts, with strong strength and only one step away from the 7th level master realm. Instructor Zhang Yi's research on Dailang fist is also quite profound. Nowadays, he has cultivated to the 2nd level of martial arts, which can unleash 2.5 times the strength and instantly achieve astonishing combat power. Even if he competes with the 7th level master martial artists, he still has the power to fight. This is also the capital that Zhang Yi takes pride in, so he often imparts relevant knowledge of Dailang fist in his daily teaching at the martial arts school, and he is also very prestigious in the martial arts school. Soon, Zhang Yi was on the high platform, explaining the key points of the power of Dailang fist while personally demonstrating the essence of Dailang fist to the students. The students below listened attentively. And Su Ming was also attracted, stopping below the high platform. However, he is different from everyone else. The other students were listening attentively to the essence of the stack of wave punches, while Su Ming's ears were constantly being prompted by the sound system. You have heard the essence of the ordinary wave folding fist technique, with a fist proficiency of +20. You have heard the essence of the ordinary wave folding fist technique, with a proficiency level of +50. You watched Dialanquan boxing, with a proficiency level of 30. You have comprehended the wave stacking fist technique LV1. Your mind is immersed in the understanding of fist techniques, obtaining critical strike bonuses and fist proficiency +200. Your wave stacking fist has been upgraded to LV2 as a result. Your wave stacking fist has been upgraded to LV3 again. You have comprehended the power technique of folding wave fist, with a fist proficiency of +100. Your wave stacking fist has been upgraded to LV4 again. Your fist technique has reached an advanced level and received incredible bonuses. Your fist technique proficiency has increased by 500, and your wave stacking fist technique has been upgraded to LV5. Suddenly, Su Ming's ears and eyes were clear, as if he had a sense of enlightenment. Countless martial arts essentials and power techniques floated in his mind. When he looked up again and looked at the instructor on the high platform, he felt that the opponent's wave-folding fist technique was full of flaws and lacked the beauty he had seen before. This. Su Ming already had a clear understanding in his heart. In just that moment, he entered a crazy enlightenment state again, gaining countless proficiency levels in martial arts, and directly upgraded his first encounter of wave-stacking fist to LV5. Even Su Ming has a feeling that as long as he is willing, he can punch 10 times the amplitude of power. Yes. It's 10 times the amplitude. Even more powerful than the 9th level of the wave-stacking fist, it is even stronger. 1,000 times more talented. This incredible insight is truly shocking to the world. With such impressive martial arts skills, I can even achieve great perfection at a glance. Su Ming's body trembled with excitement. Billions of times talent system. If that talent could really reach billions of times, how terrifying it would be. That's simply unimaginable. Su Ming is excited. My gaze began to flicker. At this point, he suddenly realized that the gaze of the students around him had converged on him at some point. P.S. The data is so poor. Please ask for a wave of fresh flower evaluation tickets. Thank you, big shots. Qingming outing and happy reading. Charge 100 and get 500 VIP coupons. Immediate recharge, activity period. April 4th to April 6th. Chapter 8. 10 times the amplitude, full field tremors. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Su Ming. Are you dreaming? Don't you dare to lose focus in my boxing class. Instructor Zhang Yili let out a shout, his voice like a tide, shaking all the students present with a shiver. Some of the distracted students also changed their colors and suddenly regained their senses. I've explained it quite well just now. Su Ming, come on stage and let me see if you've made any progress in your power skills. If I don't make any progress at all, give me an extra 2 hours of practicing martial arts today and then go home. Instructor Zhang Yi furrowed his brows and had a very displeased expression. To be honest, he has a good impression of Su Ming. Despite his poor family background, he still hasn't given up hope for life and is working hard. He is a very strong child. So. Instructor Zhang Yi became even more displeased with Su Ming's distraction during class. Su Ming. The instructor called you. Hurry up. The familiar students around were all cheering, and when they saw Su Ming being named by the instructor, they all began to gloat, feeling a sense of joy that a dead friend never dies of poverty. This is probably the unique joy of my student days. I didn't do my homework during the summer vacation, but when the teacher named me, I found my desk mate. This is a joy that no one can refuse. Okay. Instructor Zhang. Su Ming nodded lightly. His gaze remained still and his expression remained calm as he walked up to the high platform. To be honest, this opportunity is quite good. Just now, he comprehended the wave stacking fist technique to LV5, but lacked the opportunity for practical testing. You should know that the strength testing machine in the student area can only reach a maximum weight of 10,000 kilograms, and the entry-level of third-level martial artists cannot be tested even at a higher level. And Su Ming's strength has reached around 7,000 kilograms, plus 10 times the amplitude, so the strength testing machine in the student area cannot be tested. Now, Instructor Zhang in front of me is a good humanoid testing machine. Su Ming knew that Instructor Zhang's martial arts cultivation was very strong, approaching the threshold of the 7th level master's realm. Even if he tried his best, the opponent would definitely be able to easily catch him. At this moment, Su Ming remained calm and slowly walked up the high platform. The calm and unbreakable aura made Instructor Zhang Yi on the high platform slightly stunned. Zhang Yi let out a light sigh. He inexplicably felt an extremely oppressive aura on Su Ming, like a terrifying beast in the wilderness, bringing endless cold pressure. Why is this? Illusion. Zhang Yi couldn't figure it out. He felt like he had been too tired lately and had an illusion. Otherwise, how could he feel such a terrifying sense of oppression on an ordinary student? Instructor Zhang. Su Ming walked up to Zhang Yi and politely saluted the warrior. Well, you can take action. Instructor Zhang Yi also responded with a martial arts salute. His gaze was fixed on Su Ming. I always feel like something's wrong. But I don't know why. The puzzled expression in Zhang Yi's eyes became increasingly intense. Instructor, my hands may be a bit heavy, you need to be careful. Su Ming kindly reminded. Don't worry. Instructor Zhang Yi suddenly laughed and said, if you can hurt me, my years of cultivation have really trained on dogs. At this moment, the students in the audience are also discussing extensively. Ha ha ha. Su Ming is still interesting. Is he planning to punch Instructor Zhang with a punch? What a fuss. Instructor Zhang is a 6th level warrior, even among the instructors in the martial arts school, he can still rank in the top 20. A 6th level warrior with a body like steel, impervious to knives and guns, and at least 600 points of HP. The difference is too big. 1,000 Su Ming are tied together, not a match for Instructor Zhang. Upon hearing the laughter of the students, Zhang Yi also shook his head. He didn't know why, but he felt the danger on Su Ming. However, he also felt that the other party's reminder was somewhat unnecessary. Martial arts school student, want to harm a 6th level warrior. It's just a fantasy. Okay. Su Ming nodded. The next moment, he took a deep breath, with his waist and hips as the core, and his powerful force suddenly burst out, extending along his arm and instantly exploding from the top of his fist. Boom. 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 Give a punch. Even in the air, several visible shockwaves were generated. What? At this moment, Zhang Yi, who had extensive combat experience, finally realized that something was wrong. Because he saw a faint shadow of a wave behind Su Ming. This. No. Zhang Yi was greatly shocked. However, it's too late. Before his body could react, Su Ming's fist hit him hard on the sternum. Bang! In an instant, a figure, like a shell, was directly blasted out. That figure flew backwards for hundreds of meters and slammed fiercely onto the wall of the martial arts school. The tremendous impact force even hit the wall of the martial arts school, creating a large hole in the shape of a person. Boom boom. Boom boom. The wall collapsed. Smoke and dust are rising everywhere. It caused a scream inside the martial arts school. Ah! The student who was just starting to coax suddenly had a stiff expression as if he had been struck by lightning. The students under the high platform were even more stunned, staring blankly at the figure on the high platform. Some people couldn't even believe the scene in front of them, and even rubbed their eyes hard with their hands. However, when it opens again. He still saw Su Ming's figure standing on the high platform with a faint presence, without even moving his steps. Quiet. A deathly silence. Everyone stared foolishly at Su Ming, and the whole room fell into an extremely eerie silence. Qingming outing and happy reading. Charge 100 and get 500 VIP coupons. Immediate recharge, activity period. April 4th to April 6th. Chapter 9. Demon Talent, Cross-Border Understanding. You are listening at Novel Full.audio. Asphyxia. Terrifying. Fear. Trembling. At this moment. The gaze of the no-mathematician in the martial arts school was all focused on the high platform. They were stunned, they were horrified. How could it be possible? Su Ming just punched the instructor and flew him out. Some people have distorted expressions and are completely unable to accept reality. This is simply a dream. Absolutely outrageous. Li Liuan Shangpu. Some instructors also showed a look of shock, unable to believe everything that had just happened, and even felt like they were dreaming. Zhang Yi. Fist Instructor. A standard 6th level warrior. Qi and blood value of 600 plus, body like iron, incredibly strong. This kind of warrior, placed in the ordinary student area of the martial arts school, is like a fierce tiger entering an ant nest, highlighting an invincible, heavenly god descending to earth. However, just now, this invincible 6th level warrior was punched and flew out by an unknown student. A student who has not yet become a formal warrior has flown a 6th level warrior with just one punch, crossing 6 levels and crushing them head-on. This is a science fiction movie. Hurry up. What are you still waiting for? Hurry up and save people. The instructor of the martial arts school finally reacted and loudly called out to the people, running towards the direction where Zhang Yi was being knocked away. Yeah. Help people quickly. I hope people are okay. It's so outrageous, Lao Zhang actually made his students fly with one punch, what a mess. Soon. Several instructors rushed over quickly and dug Zhang Yi out of the rubble. Seems to have passed out. Pinching people. Still not awake. How about artificial respiration? Are you coming? You come. Damn it, look at me. A burly instructor with dark skin swung his arms and slapped Zhang Yi's face with his palms. Pop. Pop. The sound is like thunder. Face up. Severe pain. At this moment, Zhang Yi slowly woke up from his coma. Cough. I can't hold back. Directly spewed out a mouthful of old blood. Old Black, you two slapped each other and vomited blood. It's not me. Lao He argued logically, I just knocked out one of his teeth. How could I spit out so much blood? At this point, Zhang Yiren was still confused, his brain buzzing with thoughts, and he didn't hear his colleagues arguing about anything. It was obvious that he had been punched out of his mind. Is it so easy not to fight? On the high platform, Su Ming was also a bit confused. 6th Order. Instructor Zhang is a 6th level warrior. And Su Ming, he hasn't even passed the 1st level martial arts assessment yet. The two of them are 6 big levels apart. This did it fly with just one punch. It seems that even 6th level warriors are not as strong as imagined. Su Ming was eager to give it a try, ready to wait for Instructor Zhang to come back and punch him 2 more punches. I'm Nima. Are you cheating? Su Ming, this is too outrageous. He almost killed Instructor Zhang with one punch. I'm really careless. Is this still human? It's outrageous, it's a big story. I've never seen such a thing before. I haven't become a student of a first-level warrior yet, and I ran over a sixth-level warrior instructor directly. Hiss, hiss. Stop hissing, buddy, you're almost scared to pee. Many students gathered around and looked at Su Ming's gaze, which was extremely shocking, as if they were looking at a deity. Senior brother Su Ming. Beautiful junior sister Lin Qin also happened to pass by. She looked at Su Ming on the high platform, her beautiful eyes flashing brightly. Xiao Qin Qin. Your talent, senior brother Su Ming, is too wicked. At this moment, Lin Qin's mind picked up a mysterious female voice, which also began to tremble a bit. If I hadn't misread it, he should have entered an epiphany state while watching the martial arts teaching just now. And then, I have come to understand the profound meaning of this stacked wave fist technique, and have directly broken through the triple realm of mastery, refinement, and unity, reaching the realm of fist technique control. His wave folding fist technique has an amplitude multiple that definitely exceeds 9 times. Take a look. I suddenly realized the realm above the great perfection. It's too exaggerated. Even in my galaxy, I have never seen such a demon. The mysterious woman's voice also began to distort, obviously shocked to the extreme. It is possible to cultivate a martial arts skill to the level of great perfection, ranging from 3 to 5 years, to several decades, hundreds, and even thousands of years. And like Su Ming, he can deduce his martial arts skills to perfection at a glance, not to mention seeing them, he has never heard of them. What kind of demon has emerged in this remote and impoverished solar system? At this moment, mysterious women are starting to doubt life. Control the martial arts of the realm. Lin Qin looked surprised and said, Senior brother Su Ming, you have actually achieved the mastery of martial arts. Control the situation. Lin Qin accepted the inheritance of his mysterious predecessors and naturally knew that whether it was boxing, swordsmanship, or martial arts, they were all divided into 5 levels of realm. Proficient. Go micro. Unify. Control. Domain. Often a 4th-level warrior can reach the realm of mastery. 7-level master martial artists can enter the realm of micro. 9-level Grand Master, you can enter the return to 1 realm. To control the realm, one often needs to be above a great master and possess stronger martial arts cultivation skills. It's really outrageous. Face-to-face combat, cross level 6 to crush. Fist technique realm, cross 10 levels to comprehend. At this moment, Lin Qin's body was trembling a bit. She finally understood why the mysterious senior who looked down upon this and that also looked down upon him couldn't stop praising senior Su Ming. It's really. Senior brother Su Ming's talent is really outrageous. The whole scene is in an uproar. Soon, the order of the martial arts school has become somewhat out of control. There's no way. The 6th-level instructor was defeated by a trainee martial arts student. Such an incredible thing is really heart-wrenching. Countless students and instructors gathered around upon hearing the news, wanting to see who the student who punched and deposed the instructor was. Qinming outing and happy reading. Charge 100 and get 500 VIP coupons. Immediate recharge, activity period. April 4th to April 6th. Chapter 10. First understanding, second great perfection. You are listening at novelfull.audio. After a moment. Even Phone 1, the chief instructor of the Tianqi Martial Arts School, was startled. He brought several powerful warriors to the scene, and with a glance, his imposing demeanor made the noisy students quiet down. Su Ming. Come with me. Chief Instructor Phone 1 walked up to Su Ming's side, although his voice was cold and sharp, he said with a somewhat kind expression. Yes. Chief Instructor. Su Ming nodded without any objections. Feng 1, the chief instructor of the Tianqi Martial Arts School in Tianhai City, posted a photo on the wall facing the gate. Every time he entered the martial arts school, he could see it, so he was naturally not unfamiliar. Soon, Su Ming followed the chief instructor Feng 1 and left the ordinary student area. Only a group of stunned, bewildered, and unbelievable students stood still in place. Office of the Chief Instructor. Beside a spacious desk. Feng 1, dressed in black, stared fiercely at the young man sitting across from him. After a moment of silence, Feng 1 Kai slowly spoke up. Su Ming. This time, the martial arts school needs to officially test your HP and combat power values. Of course, if it's not convenient for you today, you can also reschedule. Say it. Even Feng 1, who had seen many aspects of the world, looked at Su Ming with an undisguised appreciation and shock. After all, what Su Ming did today was really shocking and shocking. To be honest, even Feng 1, as the chief instructor of the martial arts school, has never seen such an exaggerated thing. Of course you can. Su Ming smiled lightly and nodded. He had no intention of hiding his strength. There is no way, whether it is high-level swordsmanship secrets, or subsequent body forging techniques and medicines to supplement qi and blood, they all require a high threshold to access. If Su Ming keeps circling in the circle of low-level warriors, even if he has a golden talent, it will be difficult for a clever woman to cook without rice, and it will be difficult to find a way to quickly improve her strength. That's good. Feng 1, the chief drill master, was very satisfied with Su Ming's calm attitude. The 8 winds were still and stable as Mount Taishan Mountain, which was the real general's style. Soon, Feng 1 took Su Ming and headed towards the area of high-level warriors. The Tianqi Martial Arts School covers a large area and is divided into several ordinary areas based on the strength of the warriors. The regular student area is mostly composed of students who have not undergone martial arts assessment, as well as first-level martial arts practitioners. Further up, then it is divided into second order, third order, fourth order, fifth order, sixth order and other martial arts areas in sequence. After all, the difference in strength between each warrior level is very obvious. Forcefully mixing them together for cultivation not only does not lead to any improvement, but also many troubles. The chief instructor Feng 1 hesitated for a moment, but gritted his teeth and took Su Ming to the highest level 6th level warrior area. To be honest, taking a student who has not yet passed the martial arts practical assessment to the 6th level martial arts area to test his strength, he himself feels very outrageous. But what's the solution? Just now, Su Ming was on the front, dealing a heavy blow to a serious 6th order warrior. Even if there was a reason for underestimating the enemy, not everyone could break through the defense of a 6th order warrior. 6th level warrior area. Testing Hall. What is placed here is no longer a strength tester, but a combat strength tester. Because the punching power of warriors at this level is calculated in units of tens of thousands of kilograms, and if strength testing is used, it loses its meaning. Therefore, starting from 4th level warriors, the strength certification of warriors gradually begins to replace strength values with combat power values. In the 6th level warrior area, you can see powerful warriors everywhere. After all, this is the high-end area of the Tianqi Martial Arts School, heavily guarded and unable to enter without access cards. The weakest martial artists who come and go have a 6th level cultivation, and other martial artists such as 7th level masters and even higher levels are also common. Su Ming followed the chief instructor Feng 1 and entered the 6th level warrior area. His gaze was curiously scrutinizing around. On the luxurious training ground, you can see warriors sweating profusely and training crazily everywhere. Not far away, there is a man with long hair who is particularly eye-catching. He was suspended cross-legged in mid-air, his eyes tightly closed, and there was a 3-foot-long sword floating behind his head. The waves of energy rolled around his body, and his long hair fluttered, making him look very imposing. This. Su Ming was attracted and couldn't help but stop to watch. Moment in his ear. There is also a system prompt sound that suddenly sounds. You have watched the cultivation of the Grand Master of Kendo and gained insights. The proficiency of sword intent has increased by 100. You have watched the cultivation of the Great Master of Swordsmanship, and you have thoroughly mastered swordsmanship. Your proficiency in swordsmanship has increased by 200. Your swordsmanship comprehension has reached an unprecedented level, and you have comprehended the S.level swordsmanship secret. Void Condensing Sword Technique. You have watched the cultivation of the Void Condensing Sword Technique, and the proficiency of the Void Condensing Sword Technique has increased by 500. Your Void Condensing Sword Technique has reached the first level of heavenly perfection, with a proficiency level of sword intent plus 200. Your sword intent has been increased from LV1 to LV2. Moment the sword intent that was constantly flowing inside Su Ming's body became strong again, especially the unparalleled sharpness that seemed to break through the air and sweep across all directions. The Void Condensing Sword Technique. Su Ming's gaze flickered. S.level. Perhaps Su Ming is still unclear about the level of S.level swordsmanship secrets, but no matter what, it is definitely much better than the entry-level ones he sees in the martial arts library. Great Harvest. Even. Su Ming was somewhat amazed. His golden talent was also quite abnormal. He just glanced at it a few times and ended up completing a swordsmanship secret book and breaking through to the first level of heaven. On the side. After a few minutes, when Su Ming regained his senses, the chief instructor Feng Wen spoke up and said, "This person's name is Yan Haoyang, and he is the strongest swordsman in our Tianqi martial arts school in Tianhai City. He is a great master of 9th level swordsmanship. He passed the martial arts practical assessment at the age of 14 and became a first-class warrior. Later, he joined the Tianqi martial arts school and awakened his talent in swordsmanship. At the age of only 36, he has entered the realm of a 9th level master. Even if he looks at the entire empire, he is still a first-class genius warrior. 36 years old. 9-level Grand Master. Such strength is stunning and can be said to be the pinnacle of mortals. Well, it's really impressive." Su Ming nodded. He directly understood the meaning of the LV2 sword from Yan Haoyang, and the opponent's swordsmanship talent is naturally not inferior. Watching his cultivation is also very beneficial for your future martial arts path, but now, we still need to test the combat power value first. "Yes, Chief Instructor." Su Ming nodded and quickly followed Feng Wen's back to leave. At this point, the great master of swordsmanship, who was suspended in mid-air, slowly opened his eyes and his gaze swept over Su Ming without a trace. There seems to be some confusion. But with a cold expression, he closed his eyes. The aura of sword intent. Perhaps I have been busy practicing the void condensing sword technique recently, and my mind is a bit unclear. As a second-level martial artist, how can I possibly comprehend the meaning of the sword? Yan Haoyang believes that it must be because he has been under too much pressure lately and has started to hallucinate. After all, he is a genius swordsmanship master who entered the 9th level at the age of 36. Even so, it was only when he was a 5th-level warrior that he realized the first strand of sword intent. Soon, Yan Haoyang restrained his mind and once again focused all his attention on cultivation. The Void Condensing Sword Technique. Consolidate the sword's intent into a physical entity for attack, which can greatly increase the killing power. This is the highest sword scripture I have obtained from the secret realm. It is extremely powerful and the difficulty of cultivation is also extremely high. Even with my natural talent, it may take 10 years to cultivate the first heavenly heaven to a perfect state. However, as much as you put in, there will be rewards. By then, with the first level of the Void Condensing Sword Technique, the heavenly perfection, I will be invincible at the same level, and even able to compete head-on with the spiritual mind master. Su Ming outing and happy reading. Charge 100 and get 500 VIP coupons. Immediate recharge, activity period. April 4th to April 6th.